Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's just two movies.
Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. Joe couldn't make it, so we're going to do a different podcast. My name is Daniel King. With me today is my good friend Birdman. This is another episode of It's Just Two Movies. If you're not familiar with our show, what we do is we talk about a good movie, and then we talk about a shitty movie. We try to make sure they have something in common. Doesn't always work, because we haven't always seen them. So, you know, fuck you.
Go fuck yourself.
Go. What do you want, health freaks? Go fuck yourself. So before we get into all this shit, I want to share some listener mail.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a little listener mail.
Listener mail.
Yeah.
Listener.
Spam folder.
How'd I know?
Never mind. We don't have any listener mail. If you like this show, I would read a message out on the show if you would email me at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com.
And if you don't want to do that,
then don't.
Still, just please make sure you're rating or reviewing the show.
Yeah.
It helps us out. Yeah, just give us a like, give us a subscribe.
To those of you who have taken the time to go to iTunes and rate our show, thank you so much. I got an email that we're actually position number 230-something for all film review podcasts, of which there are tens of thousands, I'm sure.
Right. Moving on up, Danny.
Moving on up, just because we keep making the show.
Right.
It's the only reason. It's because the rest of them stop after episode 7.
They're like, this is hard.
That's it. Fuck this. So, how you been, bruh?
Good, man.
Good? Just chilling?
Yeah, just chilling.
Just chilling and fucking filling?
Yeah. Just waiting on that fucking COVID relief $1,400 so I can go to Red Lobster.
I'm gonna get Starlink.
That's right.
Yeah, it's because we live out in the middle of the woods and fucking nowhere. I can get high-speed broadband, but it's $16,000.
Woo!
And I'm not paying $16,000 for high-speed internet. So,
how you been, Dan?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm doing pretty good.
Yep.
I'm not paying $16,000 for internet. So hopefully I can get Starlink, but it is like $700. So
I think it'll be worth it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm like, I can do $700. That's not gonna fucking kill me. Not because I'm rich or privileged or anything. Just because I work and I'm an indiscriminate age, where I have been working for an indiscriminate amount of time in various professions of which I am educated
while eating
ramen
noodles.
I don't miss too many meals, man. And my daughter picked me up this cool ramen noodle t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
I like it.
Wouldn't it be cool if it was like just noodles? like a printed, like just the whole thing was printed.
Just noodles.
It was just noodles and the occasional like dusty pile of
the sprinkle sauce.
Yeah, oh yeah, sprinkle sauce.
I got 2 packs of the sprinkle sauce one time.
In one packet?
In one packet. And I was like, what the fuck?
Somebody at the factory was like, you the man.
You the man.
They put it back in the press and let it zip that up and ship it out, and they gave you a salute on their way out the door.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
All right, so you picked the movie this week.
I did.
What'd you go with?
I did and it's just two movies first, and picked a movie that neither of us had seen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was reviewed incredibly well.
Yes.
It's had my attention for a couple of months.
Same.
And I was like, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch that. And finally I was like, fucking I have a podcast where I make myself watch movies. I'm going to watch
Let's
that.
just do it.
So I picked Another Round, which is a December 2020 comedy drama starring Mads Mikkelsen. That's a better name. See here. So Mads Mikkelsen, Thomas Bo Larsen, Mangus Millang, Maria Bonnevie. Lars Ranth, and man, some other people that are in it momentarily.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some family members that...
Yeah, so there's like one or two students that have an extra scene or two. But yeah, those are your bulk characters.
Right. Can you tell us, just briefly, just a little synopsis of what this film is about?
No. Yeah, I can do it. Mads Mikkelsen is a teacher. He's a sad, very handsome, very Dutch man. Well, before we get into all that stuff, this is a Dutch film. It's got a 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb, 92 on Rotten Tomatoes, certified motherfucking fresh. 81% on Metacritic. Is directed by Thomas Vinterberg and screenplay by Thomas Vinterberg and Tobias Lindholm.
Yeah.
So, Mads Mikkelsen is a teacher. He's a sad boy. His friends are his work colleagues. Thomas Bo Larsen, he's like the gym coach. Mengus Milang, he is also a teacher. He teaches psychology.
Psychology, yep.
And Lars Ranth, which is another teacher who teaches music.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and Mads Mikkelsen teaches like history. A history teacher.
Mm-hmm.
His students' grades are crashing. He's fucking hating his job. His marriage is like, it's in the pooper. He just is like a hopeless man, like in his late 50s.
Yeah.
Probably. He needs a little spark in his life. He's missing a little something.
Mm-hmm.
So him and his friends, by some means, decide to do this experiment where they try to maintain a certain level of blood alcohol content throughout the workday.
To kind of enhance their life.
Yeah, that's it. And it's not even a ton either when they start out, but they gradually bring this up a notch.
Right.
I don't want to get into any spoilers just yet.
I was going to say, we'll get into that.
We will get into that, but it's easy to say that hilarity ensues.
Yeah.
And drama.
Drama.
And tragedy. And you'll laugh, you'll cry, it'll make you smile. It's a fucking great movie. But it is Dutch, and it is in subtitles. So if you know yourself and you go, I'm not going to fucking watch a subtitled movie, then just buckle up, baby.
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you all about it, and then you can tell people how cultured you are because you watched a foreign film when you didn't have to watch it or read it. Here's to not reading, you fucking nerds.
So, not gonna lie, I didn't know that this was in Dutch.
I didn't either, but
I should have assumed that.
I assumed when I looked, and I was like, I don't know any of these people except Mads Mikkelsen. Nads Mikkelsen, excuse me.
Nads.
When I didn't know anybody except for Nads, I kind of assumed it was, because I am a big fan of Mads Mikkelsen. I like a lot of his shit.
He's amazing.
He really is an incredible actor. So I've gone out of my way and kind of looked up some of his older stuff. And I recently watched an older film of his, and it was like a gritty Dutch gangster guy kind of thing, but he's like in his 20s, and it just... I turned it off. I've turned off like maybe 3 movies in my entire life.
So is that the bad movie we're doing?
We could. You can see his penis.
Oh.
So if you want to see Nad's penis, you can see it in whatever movie that is. I forgot what it was called because it wasn't very entertaining.
Yeah, so I didn't know that this was a Dutch film. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't mind a film with subtitles.
Yeah.
I loved Parasite, which I think we should do.
Yeah, I would love to do Parasite.
But we've both watched it too recently.
I think I'm going to let the buzz wear down a little bit so I can give it an honest rewatch.
Exactly. I should have known, because if you look on the IMDb page, it says underneath another round, druk, which means in Danish, it just means, I think it means like drinking or something along the lines of that.
Okay. Drunk, probably.
I don't know if it was specifically drunk, but yeah, it's...
I don't know. Do you know what it means? Are you Dutch? Email me. It's just 2movies@gmail.com or on the gram It's just 2 movies.
Actually, it might be in the trivia here.
See, I feel like some of you aren't emailing or interacting with the show because I personally know you. That's okay. You can email the show. I'll be thrilled to read an email out or a movie suggestion on the show.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
Tell us what to do.
Yeah, that's the hard part is picking the shit to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it does mean drinking or boozing in Danish.
Very nice.
So, yeah. So, you want to get right into this?
Let's get into it, man. So you get an opener, and you got a bunch of teenagers doing this thing called a lake race, where they, in a team, race around a lake carrying a case of beer.
Yep.
And they have to all go together? They have to finish the case of beer before they get all the way around the lake.
Yes.
I think they have to stop to drink it.
Yes.
And if one of them throws up...
The entire team has to throw up, right?
The entire team has to stop.
Oh.
If the entire team throws up, they get a time deduction.
That's right. That's what it was.
Yeah, so that is one hell of a game.
Just running around a fucking lake, drinking beer.
Trying to puke as a group. That sounds awful.
Yeah. No thanks.
But they sure are making it look like fun. I mean, it's not my kind of scene. Because a little on the husky side, don't like to do a lot of running, especially with a case of beer. Second of all, don't like puking.
Yeah,
Don't really mind it all that much. If I have to do it, I'll get it out. But like, my mom has puked once in like 39 years.
How do you know that?
It's not a joke because she
You
brags
just
about
asked
it. No, she brags about it. She's always been like, I'm puked since since forever. Like, all right, hard ass, settle down.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we get this opening scene with this race, the lake race, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
We get, as you mentioned in the elevator pitch, some scenes with Mads Mikkelsen. Mads Mikkelsen.
And before we get to him, they show all these still like drunk teens. There's one thing that's like right out of the gate that I liked a lot. And it's a thing that you'll know about me. And if you listen to the show closely at any point, you'll understand that it's just a thing that I like. There's the kids that are running around the lake and they're throwing up and they're having a great time, which doesn't look like a great time to me again. And then it cuts to them like on the tram or on a bus or on a subway or whatever.
Yeah.
They handcuff a ticket guy to the pole.
Yeah.
And
he's just trying
leave.
to be. He's just trying to like.
He's just
tell
doing
him to calm down a little bit.
He's just doing his job. He's like, "You guys got your tickets. All right, can you
keep it down?
Can you not keep it down?"
Yeah.
So that's what he's doing. They handcuff him, and then there is a super abrupt cut to credits, and I love that shit. I love an abrupt cut if it's done correctly because it's attention grabbing. It wants to make sure that you're paying attention. But for what they were doing, it worked out extraordinarily well. And then it's the thing where it goes to Mads Mikkelsen.
Sad Mads Mikkelsen.
Sads Nicholson.
Sads,
more like it.
Sads Nicholson.
Sads Nadselson.
Mads is in a little bit of a rut.
Yeah.
He asks his wife if he's become boring.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes her by surprise. You know, you can tell that.
Because she's not like, no, baby.
Right. And through his teaching, he's not a great teacher at this point in his life.
No, he's not. He doesn't fucking care. Well, he's talking to one of his kids, and I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but he's like, oh, no, we were talking about this. And he's like, no, we were talking about World War I. And then he's like, yeah, so-and-so. And they're like, what? Because that's World War II. It was the person that he was talking about. And he's like, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
So
one of the kids just walks out. One of the kids
just gets up and fucking bones out. And they have like a parent-teacher meeting, and they're like, Nads. What are you doing, baby?
Yeah, the parents are very concerned with his teaching. The kids, they need good grades to get into whatever college, I assume, right?
Deutsch University?
Deutsch.
I have no idea. I have no idea what it's called.
Yeah.
But I know they call it uni down in Australia. I like that hat.
I like that hat, Mike. So anyways, we cut to a dinner scene or dinner party, whatever you want to call it, with Nads and his friends or his colleagues, right? And that's where we kind of meet these other teachers. And the psychology teacher, he starts talking about a Norwegian professor. Oh, God, let me do that again.
Just Norwegian professor.
Norwegian professor. God damn it.
It's professor.
Norwegian professor. That has a theory on blood alcohol level. And the theory is that we're born with a blood alcohol level of 0.05% too low.
Right. You're saying that everything about your life will be heightened if you were to maintain a consistent blood alcohol level of 0.05. To put that in perspective for you, that's about 4 beers, 2 glasses of wine. It's about your quote unquote 3 beer buzz, as they refer to it in this neck of the woods.
And the professor, I believe he's a psychiatrist. His name is Finn Skarderud. And this is a real person.
Is it a real... It's
It's something that
he postures that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did find that as soon as I heard the name, I was like, I got to look this up. Is this a real thing?
Yeah.
And that's something that he loosely believed, I guess.
Well, there was a point where I had an actual drinking problem, but it wasn't the drinking that was my problem. It was the fact that I was depressed. So that being said, man, in my experience, just about everything is a little more enjoyable after about 3 beers.
It is.
Just about. I can't think of anything offhand that I would be like, oh, that'd be fucking miserable.
Yeah, so as a person that has dealt with severe social anxiety in the past, I had a doctor one time, and I won't mention names, but he straight up asked me, how would you feel if you just drank a couple beers from your anxiety, like from your normal state?
He was trying to fuck you.
You think?
Sounds that way.
Should I call him?
Did he invite you over afterwards? Kind of, you like Rolling Rock? Got a couple of Mickeys in my
Miller Lite? I mean, I have everything.
A couple of Mickeys in my office. And I don't mean the beer.
Hey-o!
Woo, getting raped by a doctor. That's not a good joke. I'm leaving it in, though.
As I said, alcohol, for as far as like beer goes, it just kind of calms me down a little bit.
Yeah.
Get 2 or 3 beers in me.
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking smooth sailing.
Well, it's worth mentioning at the dinner that Mads is like hesitant to even have one drink.
Oh, yeah, because he's driving, as I assume all the other guys are, but they're like, fuck it.
They're not going to walk.
Right. But yeah, he's hesitant to have a drink, and eventually he kind of caves.
It's one of his colleagues' birthday. It's the psychology teacher, Magnus Malang.
Is that who it was? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, he's the psychology teacher.
No, I mean, I didn't know if that was...
Whose birthday it was?
Yeah.
It was his 40th birthday.
Okay,
so I think the idea here is that Thomas Bo Larson's character and Mads Mikkelsen's character are the same age.
Yeah, and they've known each other for a while.
Right.
I guess they
and the rest
grew
of them
up
are just
together.
like they're friendly, but they're more work colleagues than they are friends.
Exactly. I have here that the group awkwardly harps on Mads about his teaching.
They do. They like kind of bring it up to see if he wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, fuck that. Pfft, kids. They're just, you gotta give them some homework assignments and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because we're not all educational instructors. I don't know. I have this weird thing that just fucking irks me about education. Like, I take the education system very seriously, and I know it's fucking awful in the United States. I know that. And it drives me insane to no fucking end. And after watching this, I know this isn't based on a true story or anything, but I can't imagine how much more my classmates, how much more of school they would have found interesting had some of our teachers had 3 beers before we came into class. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the shit we have to learn is boring. You're not excited about it because it's fucking boring, and it's the 8th time you've done it today.
You've been doing it for years too, probably.
Right? Yeah, and you've done it 6 other times today.
Yeah,
like I get that, but day one they decide they're going to do this, but they're going to do it Ernest Hemingway style. Ernest Hemingway, I believe, famously said, "I never drink before breakfast." Mm-hmm. And he always quit at 8 o'clock, so he could be fresh to write the next day.
Exactly.
I don't know if Hemingway said, "I never drink before breakfast." It's a good quote, though.
Yeah. So, in the following day at school, Mads brings some alcohol with him. I believe it was
some pop off.
Yeah.
Little pop off of vodka.
Yeah. It was. Wait, what? It was Smirnoff, wasn't it? Or
how
do you pronounce it?
I thought it's the one with
Smirnoff.
Smirnoff. Yakov. Yakov Smirnoff.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's whatever one has the red label with like the Russian buildings in the background. Yes, he pops a couple of shots in the men's, And then I think he bit off a little more than he could chew.
He did.
Because they get the breathalyzers like the following day.
I thought he got his. I thought he had his, but maybe he didn't. But yeah, he drank a little too much, and he's trying to teach class, and he's stumbling over his words. It doesn't show a lot of that.
No.
Kind of gets through the day.
He's having a hard time spitting some things out.
Yeah, he gets through the day, but he can't drive.
He asks one of his colleagues to drive him home, which is the psychology professor. Again, his name's Magnus.
He doesn't take him home immediately. They decide to get...
Oh, they're having a meeting. Because the psychology professor's like, listen, we're going to write a paper on this.
Yeah.
We're actually going to do clinical research on your social and professional behavior and performance. And, we want to keep this shit seriously. So no drinking after 8 p.m. And we want to maintain this certain blood alcohol level.
And no drinking on the weekends.
No drinking on the weekends. So... their emergency meeting because we got to talk about the data.
Yeah.
So that's what transpires.
Yeah. And okay, yeah. So it does look like I wrote it down. During the first scene at school, he did not have the breathalyzer. He bought it a little later.
Right. Yeah. Because I think what we're supposed to take away from that is Mads is not a drinker.
Yeah, he
just doesn't drink at all. Like not even casually. Like if
exactly.
someone's like, "Hey, you want a glass of wine with dinner?" He would say no. Or "Hey,
no,
man, you want a beer?" No, he would decline.
Yeah,
he's just not a drinker.
Right. I wonder what that's like
to go. I probably have a diary from when I was 13 somewhere. But anywho, so for a guy that doesn't drink ever at all, who's like in his 50s. To go into the bathroom and take 3 good swigs of straight vodka and then pop a breath mint and to go to class, he probably did bite off a little more than he could chew because it was like last class of the day, I guess. Yeah, so he was too drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually he buys the breathalyzer and we see him have a really good session with his class.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I don't know, it's kind of refreshing.
Is it the one where he asks them who they would vote for?
Yeah, I think that's the first. Later? That's the first.
So he comes in and he says something like, "Okay, you have to vote for this. This candidate number 1 is a fucking he's a atheist and alcoholic. He likes to take barbiturates. He's an opium addict. He's a whatever and all this other stuff. You got number 2. He's got terrible, debilitating mobility disease, and he's this old, and he smokes cigars constantly, and he's also an alcoholic. And then you've got this other guy who's, attends religious, his whatever his religious services are, he always attends them. He doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, and he's this old, and he has no medical issues. And everybody's like, well, I vote for that guy. And they're like, well, you didn't vote for Winston Churchill. You didn't vote for, who's the other one?
Honestly, I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm just going to say Stephen Hawking. Who fucking cares? Winston Churchill, somebody else who's very famous, and Hitler. So they all elected.
They voted for Hitler.
They all voted for Hitler. So he just gives this really excellent lesson on how that preconceived notions about how some things are bad and some things are not bad doesn't always correlate to people that have like leadership abilities, and how does that correspond with history. So he's got the attention of everybody in the room because it's interesting.
Yeah, it's a great lesson.
Yeah, it really is a great lesson. Of course, I didn't retain it because I forgot who the other guy was.
Maybe it was Franklin Roosevelt.
Might have been FDR. I think it might have been FDR.
Yeah, and we also get another scene with the music teacher, and
oh my god,
it's so beautiful because he's got this. He has this choir singing what I assume is Denmark's
like national anthem. Yeah, that's what I assume.
And it's so beautiful, man. He sets the mood perfectly, though, right?
He does.
Because he's got a little bit of a buzz, I assume.
He's like,
right?
Everybody stop. Everybody stop. Everybody close your eyes and hold hands for just a moment. He draws all the blinds so it's nice and dark in there. He's like, find the common pulse. He's giving him this really beautiful fucking, listen to each other instead of just singing. Listen and sing with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is beautiful.
It's phenomenal.
Almost brought a tear to my eye. It was gorgeous.
Yeah,
music's a powerful thing.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
So day 1 goes great.
Yeah.
They decide Well, there's a weird thing in this movie where I can't tell what the time...
The timeline is a little...
The timeline's a little fuzzy, because it doesn't ever say, like...
This is the next day.
At first, I thought it was the next day, but it kept doing the same kind of timeline progression. And then once I was like, so this has been months.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a little weird. And initially I thought that because they had the dinner party that we talked about earlier.
Right.
And then...
It's the next day.
The next day, I assume, that they started? Or is it, right? Because they don't say.
I don't know. But I think Mads decides to do it on his own.
He does.
And then he consults
takes
the
first
others,
step.
and they're like, "Okay, yeah, let's." Well, I'm in. That sounds fun. Sounds exciting.
Let's do it.
My life is boring as shit.
Right.
Let's do it. Wow, does that sound familiar? ring any bells, Bert? Let's make an excuse to drink all the time. Woo! Sounds exciting. It's just two movies.
There are a few scenes while they're starting this experiment that are really funny to me. We show the football coach, the PE teacher or whatever he is, and he's getting set up or whatever he's doing, and he's
just cussing the kids and like tripping over himself and
well,
shit.
it's before he even gets to the kids, and he's like throwing his keys up in the air, and he's a little drunk, he's feeling silly, and he's dropping his keys, he's trying to
bouncing
bounce balls.
The ball. He's dropping them and can't catch him and shit. He's a fucking mess.
The janitor, though, I assume this is a janitor. He finds some booze, though, and he's like, he's very concerned about who hid this booze in the gym depot, I think was what they called it. Oh,
I think the whole time, the gym teacher, again played by Thomas Bo Larsen, I think the general idea is he's been hitting it a little harder than everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
He definitely has. The faculty they're questioned about the alcohol that's found, but no trouble comes of it.
Right.
Kind of brush it off. Maybe it was one of the kids.
Might have been the kids, yeah.
Right. And they have a little meeting because it kind of rattles the cage a little bit, right? Because they're like, oh, shit.
It does. They're like, well, okay, we got to be a little more careful, a little more on point.
Yeah. And the psychology teacher, again, he brings up something to the group. A pianist, if you will.
Yeah, I will.
His name is Klaus Herford, but that is not a real person.
Not a real pianist, huh?
Not a real pianist.
Okay.
The music that he plays, which is great, by the way. I don't know if you enjoy classical music, but
I do. I love it. I love the. I've been to see the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra a number of times.
Nice.
I've seen the string quartet a number of times. I really enjoy classical music. I'm just very picky about it.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just wanted to mention this because as a musician, I like giving people credit.
Yeah.
So I bring this up because of that.
You know that again, I didn't look this up or write this down because I was almost positive you would have it.
Yeah.
And you do.
Yeah. So that's a fake name. But he talks about this pianist that can only play between drunk or sober, essentially. Right? You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Is that like based on a jazz musician or some real person?
I would assume, right?
Yeah.
Throughout history, I'm sure there's been a musician that's in between, right? Mm-hmm. The sweet spot.
The 0.05.
Yeah, the 0.05.
Right in the 0.05 of things, you know?
The music actually belongs to Franz Schubert, but it is played by Gino Jondo, which is an amazing name.
Okay, Gino Jondo. I'll be down with that.
And then right after this scene is something, maybe the only thing that I didn't enjoy about the film.
Yeah.
We get a weird, random montage of famous people drunk in public.
Oh, I didn't hate that because it was kind of off the back of Mads Mikkelsen's thing. Because I think they put that in there deliberately just for Americans. Because people can drink at such a young age overseas that it's not considered taboo as much over there as it is over here. We had fucking prohibition. We have, so many different, Christian and religious denominations that abhor drinking or think that it's awful or whatever. Yeah. There are several things that make it almost a taboo thing over here. I mean, especially where we're at. Well, I mean, we live in the fucking Bible Belt. There are dry counties all over the place in our state where you can't buy a drink in the county.
Does Missouri still have those? I didn't think they did.
Because where we go deer hunting has one.
Huh.
So we have to actually drive to a different county to get our beer.
Because I knew Tennessee, they still have quite a few dry counties.
Yeah, I don't know. So I think that they put that in there to show you it's not unusual. It's not as taboo as you think it is. Look how common it is for even famous people
to be drunk in public.
Or to be drunk on national television. Was that Gorbachev?
Yeah, who else?
Gorbachev,
I think they
Bush,
showed Bush.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, maybe no, it wasn't Bush. It was Bill Clinton. Sorry.
Yeah, Bill Clinton's in there. I think they might have showed Bush in there also.
Really?
And other famous leaders from other foreign countries. But Gorbachev was the one I was like, hey, it's Gorbachev.
I guess now that you've explained it, I guess I get it a little bit more. But watching the film, it just threw me off.
It seemed a little out of place.
Yeah.
I get why it's there. It is a little out of place. I agree with you. But I think they had the correct intentions and the correct reason of doing it for kind of shoehorning it in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, we were talking about the montage. But then we're getting to the the juicy stuff.
The 1.2 back.
Bow.
Well, they call it a back.
They call it a bow.
Blood alcohol content.
We call it blood alcohol content. They call it blood alcohol level.
Oh, maybe I subconsciously wrote down blood alcohol content.
I wrote it down.
Well, so did I.
But I wrote it down as they said it. So you can go fuck yourself.
Well, I think I did too, but
you can go fuck yourself.
I'll concede that because I don't fucking care. It's a really minor detail I don't give a shit about.
All right. So.
Lay it on me.
Lay it on me, big boy.
Lay it on me. Club, he says. He whispers.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I posted that to our Instagram.
I know, and I was like, why?
How's your work week going?
You're weird.
Glub, he whispered. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck.
I got some responses.
All right. So Mads...
one guy who was like, no.
No.
He actually said, it's worse now. Oh my God. We're gonna have to get two of those chairs in here so we can settle this once and for all. Who's got the rippinest butthole?
Yeah, you gotta have the good wood,
buddy. I'm telling you, man, somebody handcrafted those just for farting,
just for my butthole.
Mm-hmm.
It's just two buttholes. All right. So Mads wakes up.
That down. It's just two buttholes.
At gmail.com.
At Hotmail.
Sorry. Hotmail.
That's a Hotmail.
That's a Hotmail, yeah. Okay, Mads wakes up and he gets straight to fucking business, son.
He does, man. Rolls out of bed, brushes his teeth, splashes a little cold water on his face, and pours himself a 14-ounce glass of vodka.
Mixed with like water or I don't know what it was.
Watered down ice, and then he had some of that Perrier, the carbonated
the water,
seltzer water or whatever. But you don't actually see him put any in there. He puts ice in the glass, and then he just like cup, just vodka. So he's like getting down in his living room. He's put some music on. He's fucking grooving. He's really feeling himself. And it's about this time that it is super worth mentioning what a fucking phenomenal actor he is, because he goes from this sad, rundown, depressed,
middle-aged man.
He feels like his whole life's gone down the shitter. He has no idea what to do. His fucking marriage is in the shitter. Like, he doesn't even talk to his wife anymore, really. They just, they don't have conversations about anything.
She works nights. They just have such a weird relationship.
Yeah, everything about it's fucking bizarre. Mm-hmm. And now he's like vibrant, full of life, and smiling all the time, and just he's got a new lease on life.
Yeah.
And
it's all because of alcohol.
To go from one extreme to the other, and you kind of make that assertion through this film. I'm not condoning alcoholism.
No,
I'm not. I don't want to say that. If you can enjoy alcohol responsibly, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I am grateful for it.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it. Like, I love having a couple of cocktails and a couple of beers. Do I like drinking until I throw up on myself? No.
Because
that's why I don't.
We're however old you think we are, and we've been drinking for however many years that
we're, in our late teens or early 20s, we're very responsible drunks. And if we're 30 to 36, you understand why we don't. Because we're 30 to 36.
So he gets to a 0.12% blood alcohol level.
I had 1.2.
What did I say?
0.12.
It's 0.12.
Is it 0.12?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you'd be dead if you drank 1.2.
I don't know. I don't know what they are. I've never been to the hospital and had my stomach pumped where they're like, what the fuck? I've never been pulled over. Ever.
Wow. So yeah, he gets to this.
I'm just joking. I've been pulled over lots of times. That's to say I'm drunk all the time, which I'm not.
He gets to this blood alcohol level, and
maybe I should be.
We were talking about this, and this is actually not during the weekend because he does go to school.
He goes to work after that?
He goes to work.
Motherfucker.
And this is when we get some... Okay, so this movie has a very interesting relationship with comedy and drama.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
It's so... It will fucking rip your heart out at points of the film.
Yeah.
But then also double over in laughter.
Yeah.
It's...
Over, you find yourself laughing at things that are kind of perverse.
Right.
Like, look how drunk he is while he's teaching the youth of his country. You know what I mean? That's not fucking funny. If I find out one of my kids' teachers was drunk at work, I'd be like, what the fuck,
dude?
But I will say, if I took a conference with them and they're like, listen, I just had 3 beers, I'd be like, well, okay.
Oh, well.
I would, honestly. I'd be like, well, okay. I mean, like, do you never ever drink? Because 3 beers is quite a bit if you never drink.
Yeah, like Mads
in
this film.
If you like have a couple of drinks on the weekends, and you're like, oh, sorry, I had 3 beers and then I came to work. I'd be like, all right, you're probably fine.
Yeah. So right after this, he does go to school, and he's kind of dancing around his coworkers a little bit in the break room. He's like, whoa!
He fucking runs into the wall.
He runs into a fucking wall.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Yep.
And bloodies his nose. And his buddy...
Talking about Magnus?
His buddy, Tommy. I believe it was Tommy, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it was
Thomas Bo Larson.
Yeah, it was the soccer teacher, football, whatever you want to call it. He helps him out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Tells everybody, oh, it's fine, he's fine. But he is clearly drunk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know that bit, if you've ever been to a party and there's a lot of people there, and you're like, I gotta go get a beer. You got a half a drink and you're walking from one room to the other room in one of those styrofoam red Solo cups or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a delicate balance to not spill it, and you're like bobbing and weaving in and out of people.
Oh yeah.
That he's doing that.
Yeah.
Just in the
bobbing and weaving. Yeah.
Just in the teacher's lounge.
Yeah. Around all of his colleagues.
Yeah, which is not funny. No, but it is.
It ends up being very funny.
Because I'm like, I've done that, just not in the teacher's lounge.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Mads in his class, and we learn a little bit more about the lake race, and he has another really great class. His students are engaged. He's changed completely.
Yeah. Yeah. All of his students are going to pass the class because he's not hammered. He can still teach the material.
Yeah.
But he's so loosey-goosey and just in a good mood that he's excited to teach it, so they are excited to learn it.
Right.
And you just see them all wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, just fucking eating it up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is quite inspiring, actually.
Right.
Which is weird. was the last time you saw a movie of inspiring alcoholism?
I don't think that exists.
Never. I've never seen one.
Right.
I have like probably 3 or 4 movies about drinking that I think are just fucking fantastic films.
Yeah, exactly.
But now this is at the top of the list, I think.
So there's a scene with the psych teacher, and so they've decided to take it up a notch, right?
Oh yeah,
they're gonna get to 0.12,
mm-hmm.
and he fucking sniffs Smirnoff. Do you remember this?
No.
He fucking like.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
To get his fucking blood alcohol level.
Yeah. Just where it
needs to be.
Well, because he is the scientist of the bunch. He wants the most accurate results, and he's willing to put himself through whatever.
And he's going to. They're documenting this in this whole process.
Yeah. They're writing a big old paper on it. Which, if this was based on a true story, which I feel like they might remake it in 5 years, because it might be at that point a true story. That is, I want to read that paper.
Mm-hmm.
It would be
someone's going to do it. Right?
Somebody will do it. Will it
you
be us?
Do it?
No.
Well,
you work at a brewery. You can do it. They encourage that shit.
Oh, shit.
So there's a soccer match.
Yes.
Do you have that?
So I was getting ready to say, the football. The football coach gets drumps.
Are you afraid of my sliding tackle?
The coach gets drunk and he helps a loner kid score a goal.
He does.
Which is a really...
expertly, because he's a good coach.
Yeah.
Like, he had the formation in mind. You know what I mean? He's like, we'll do this because nobody's going to fucking pay attention to this kid.
Guy, you pass to this kid.
You pass to this kid.
And it's a really sweet moment with this kid because the kid's a loner. His parents aren't... They're not providing this child with what he needs.
You don't ever see him in
but he
doesn't have a water bottle.
He shows up to the match without a fucking water bottle.
Right.
And the coach is like, give him some of your water.
He's like, hey coach, can I have a drink of your water? And he's like, no, because this is coach's special water.
It's coach's blend.
He doesn't say that, but
that's
vodka.
What's going.
It's vodka. It's coach's blend. That's what I'm calling it for the rest of my life. Anytime I have a mixed drink, it's coach's blend. It's fucking brilliant. So they win the game, and all of his friends are there, all his work colleagues. Mads and the boys.
Yep.
They come
celebrate afterwards.
Dude, they're fucking freaking out on the sidelines like it's a real, professional football match.
Like it's Premier League or something.
Yeah. They're fucking like, man, oh god, it's so funny. And then they're playing after the game, and he's like, "I'll get you with my sliding tackle." He says it like 5 or 6 times. He just keeps doing it, which is just him falling.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a great scene. They're just having a good time.
Cuts back to, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a montage, but it does go back to Mads teaching. So I think this part implies that they do this for several weeks.
Yeah.
At least 2 weeks, because it goes back to Mads teaching. He's fucking crushing it. The kids are engaged. They're learning things. They're asking the right questions.
Right. And throughout all of this, we get a little bit of a side story with the music teacher advising a kid to maybe drink a little bit before an exam because
he's a problem test taker.
I know what that's like.
Yeah, he has
anxiety.
He's not a dumb kid. He just exactly. He has anxiety about it, and he's like, listen, between you and me, have you ever thought about having just two or three drinks, a shot, maybe 2 or 3 shots?
Yeah. Just
before the test to kind of loosen you up a little bit. And he's like,
the kid's what?
Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
My teacher's telling me this right now?
Yeah. Which I thought is charming because that kid probably is of legal drinking age.
Right. So
where they're at.
I was just getting ready to say, is it 16 there? Because these kids are presumably high schoolers. Yeah. Because they're trying to get their grades up for college. But I think the drinking age in Denmark...
it says 18. Oh, wait, Denmark. 18 is the legal drinking age in Denmark. However, I smoked for a long time which I quit now, thankfully. Knock on wood. I didn't want to say anything until it'd been a few months, but yeah.
So
Anywho,
you're off the wagon.
I'm off the cigarettes.
You're off the cigarette wagon.
So when do you think I started smoking cigarettes?
13.
You're not far off the mark. 14.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was 4 years prior to when I could purchase any nicotine products. I think if you're in high school and the legal drinking age is 18, you're probably not going to have an issue.
What do you mean?
Like if you were underage trying to get, because your fellow classmates can get it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, the kid's super weirded out about it. He's like, "Oh, what?
Yeah, a teacher telling me to drink?"
But you also get a secondary side story of like Mads slowly trying to like repair his marriage.
Yeah, and I was just getting ready to bring this up. You know, he takes his family canoeing, and he fucks the shit out of his wife.
She poops.
She poops.
Yeah, and they have to like get the fucking. They have to get the sleeping bag and take it outside and shake it out. Go dip it in the lake and hang it up, but it's fucking goose down, so it's ruined. You just have to throw it away. It's a big ordeal, but she poops right as he comes. She poops.
So that does.
You
not
gotta
happen.
watch this. You guys, these fucking Danish foreign films are wild.
That does not happen, but it should. Yeah. So he, as you said, he's trying to repair his marriage.
Uh-huh.
He takes his family on a canoeing trip.
Yep.
They have a good time.
You know how to repair your marriage? Go canoeing and fuck the shit out of your until she poops. Gotta be prepared to do it, man.
God damn it, Danny. After Mads takes his family on vacation. After Mads takes his family on vacation, the crew meets up. And they want to take the blood alcohol level to the top, right? They want to get
what do they call it? They call it a
they call it a specific name?
Well, one thing before we get to that, while they're still on the camping trip, before he fucks the shit out of his wife, until he fucks her until she poops. So he's at 0 because this is the weekend. So he's at 0.0 BAC.
Yeah, he's not drinking.
But it looks like they're having some wine at the campfire. I could have been mistaken. I mean, I wrote it down. I was like, was that? I just didn't take it back.
I don't think so. I didn't write it down. I could be wrong, though. I don't think they were drinking, but yeah.
Or, I mean, and then I wrote, like, perhaps just him being in the habit of every day kind of like loosening his inhibitions and relaxing and feeling a little more self-confident and feeling a little bit of that social lubricant. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that has opened him up in all of his experience.
Right.
You know, in the little time that he spends not consuming any alcohol.
It enhances.
Yeah, maybe it enhances his just social interactions on the norm.
I think it does, and I think that's kind of part of the experiment, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
We don't get a lot of the other teachers not consuming alcohol, like on the weekends and such.
Like none, actually, do we?
Yeah, I don't think so. Which is that's definitely interesting.
Yeah, but I think a few wins puts him back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a better man.
So they do decide to up the ante. Anyway, you were saying?
Yes, they do. They get together, they want to take it to the top. They dance like white guys, and then they go to the store. So this is one of the funniest moments of the film for me.
Oh yeah?
Because the psych teacher tells his wife, "Yeah, I'll go to the store, I'll get the cod. I know it's got to be fresh cod," and they get wasted and they go to the store. Do you remember this?
Oh, hell yeah.
And they're just like,
a fucking one dude's like falling all over shit,
breaking, just standing in the aisles, just fucking wasted, dude.
Not
drunk,
not drunk, blacked out. I'm
like
sure
falling over.
None of them remembered going to that store.
No,
there's no way.
But he breaks a bunch of shit. They're trying to get fresh cod. And immediately after this supermarket scene, three of the guys are literally on a dock trying to fish for fresh cod.
Right.
But they're so fucked up
So just a drop, and then you kind of move the glass so the liquid coats the glass.
Just one drop of absinthe?
Enough to coat the glass. So a very small amount.
Okay.
2 ounces cognac, half an ounce of simple syrup, which is a 50-50 sugar-water mixture. 3 dashes of Peychaun's bitters, which is like a... Peychaun's bitters is like an aromatic... I think it's made from rose hips, if I remember correctly. And you garnish that motherfucker with a lemon peel. So this is not dissimilar from an old-fashioned, which is one of my favorite drinks. It probably is.
Old-fashioned?
Yeah, I love an old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lack orange bitters, or I would be having one right now. Anywho, and that's been the Cocktail Minute.
With Can you ding?
Just fuck your old lady till she poops.
Just try it.
Just try it out.
Yeah, so we get a couple really, really funny scenes. As I said, them in the supermarket, they're fucking hammered. They're falling over.
They're hammered before they even leave the house.
Yeah.
Like
they shouldn't have went to the store.
They should have went to bed.
Yeah.
At 4:30 p.m. or whatever time it was.
And eventually they go to a bar. And
they're having
a fucking blast.
They're having a rowdy ass motherfucking time at this bar.
And Mads does a trust fall off of the bar.
Mads does a sweet trust fall. The soccer coach, the psychology professor's talking to the bartender, and the soccer coach is on the other end of the bar.
Oh yeah,
and he's like nodding his head to like one to the left, and the soccer coach is like stealing
liquor,
stealing bottles of liquor from behind the bar. Oh, it's fucking great.
Yeah,
one thing about the whole movie is they all. Well, I say they all. The soccer coach mainly. It always tries to get Mads to dance. He's like, come on, man. I remember when we were kids, you could fucking dance.
You did a jazz dance.
You could dance like it was nobody's fucking business.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might be part of it, that the controlled alcohol consumption that they are doing almost reduces them to the like mental fluidity of like a child. Because they do make mention to it that, oh, remember when you were a teenager, remember when you were a kid, you could fucking dance like crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that there are things subconsciously that we, for some odd reason, decide to repress the older we get, like things that we think are immature, but would actually really enrich our lives.
Yeah. Huh. Look at you.
Something to think about.
Good observations.
You know?
Observations with Daniel King.
Check out our other show, The Cocktail Minute.
With Caniel Ding and Manbird.
Caniel Ding and Manbird. Just fucking... Just a monster. He's like actually a bird, but the size of a man, like wrapped in human skin. All right.
Okay, so we got to get back on track here.
Well, so do they, because after this bender, the wheels start to fall off.
Dude, things go downhill quick.
Yeah.
So the psych teacher goes home and he pisses the bed.
Which is funny because there's this long-running joke about how his kids sleep with him and his wife, and one of them, or all of them,
I think it's just the one boy,
piss the bed all the time. He's like, I fucking wake up covered in piss all the time. It fucking sucks. And then he pisses.
Then he does it.
He does it because he's too drunk.
And you know what? His wife's fed up. She fucking leaves. Because she's noticing a difference.
No, she's a pretty good-looking lady too.
She's cute.
I thought she was a good cast. Because she also did the like fucking worn out parent.
Mother. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the worn out mother, worn out parent look.
Yeah.
She's fucking, I feel you, girl.
Feel you.
Been there.
I don't.
No.
But you do.
Been there.
I have not.
Wouldn't change it, but that's not the good part.
Right.
There's good and bad with everything. That's the not good.
Right. We get a scene with Mads, and he's found by a neighbor, and we see him just on the ground.
He's passed out in his neighbor's yard.
Thinking that his neighbor's house was his house.
Yeah.
And his son, Mads' son, has to not drag him, but
it kind of helps him
him home.
Yeah, and he looks 14, 15.
something like that.
He hasn't been on a bender.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's younger.
They're both of the boys are younger, and you can tell that his son he's a little embarrassed.
One more thing, when psychology professor, when his wife is like leaving him because he pissed the bed, one thing I wrote down that I did want to mention is he rolls out of bed and he's like, is it morning? Is it fucking, do I have to go to work? He rolls out of bed, he's laying in the floor and there's fucking piss everywhere. And he's like trying to hit his breathalyzer. And his wife comes in, she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm trying to see if I can drive.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, that's the baby monitor, you fucking drunk piece of shit. I did have a good giggle at that, although I understand that it's like weirdly sad and dramatic and funny at the same time.
That's the thing with this film, man. It hits you in all those right places with that comedy, with the drama, with the
one scene can make you feel 4 different kinds of ways.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
It's such good directing, storytelling, just all of it. It's really great. I believe the director also wrote this. Actually, yeah, he did, because I have a little bit of trivia on that, which we can get into later. We can get into after this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at this point, Mads is found by a neighbor. His son brings him home. His sons, they tell him essentially, everyone knows that you're doing this.
Yeah, his wife's like, tell the kids.
Yeah.
Tell the kids what happened.
They know you're drunk.
And he's like, okay. You drunk, Dad? He's like,
yeah.
Yeah, I got a little drunk last night. And this kid's like, you've been drunk for a while, though.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly pretty much what they say.
Yeah, because they can tell.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a thing you can't tell.
Yeah. They're younger, but they're old enough to know. And his wife kind of reveals
that she's been cheating on him.
That she's been cheating.
Or has cheated, or you know, whatever the case is.
And it's a pretty rough scene, man. He freaks out and he leaves.
Yeah, he starts breaking a bunch of shit and he leaves. He gets real drunk. He's like rolling around and shit, and it's super sad.
Yeah, it is, man. This film, it'll get you.
Yeah, it will. It gets you right in the feels.
Right in the feels.
Have you ever been like, fuck you, I'm gonna get drunk? I'm sad.
We get more shenanigans with the crew, but I think they come to the realization that this needs to stop.
Well, the collective answer is, and this is a big thing that bothered me about the timetable, is I feel like the movie moved weeks and weeks, or at least a month down the road.
Yeah.
And didn't notify us of the passage of time, because it looks like all the other teachers have just stopped. They all collectively just stopped the drinking.
Right.
Except the gym teacher. He's been hitting it harder and harder and harder, so they have this big teachers meeting.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to talk about alcoholism, and they hear him coming down the hall, and he's like, I'm coming, sorry I'm late. He comes in, he's fucking falling all over everything.
Yeah, he's drunk as fuck, man.
He's wasted. I mean, fucking wasted. And it is 8 o'clock in the morning?
Presumably.
Yeah.
At least, right?
It looks early.
It's
like,
early.
Even just the lighting looks early.
And yeah, Mads, he takes Tommy, his name is Tommy in the film. He takes Tommy home and he cares after him. He cooks him dinner. You know,
Yeah, and this is presumably months later, because you can tell the football coach, he's like he just has a self-destructive nature about him. It doesn't have anything to do with the alcohol. That's just what avenue he chose to destroy himself through.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he cares after his friend, and his friend tells him, you know, you guys don't have to do this. You don't have to come by every fucking night or whatever. Right. Essentially kind of pushes him away. Yeah. Tells him this is how I want to live my life.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You don't have to come by. I am going to drink myself to death. I have decided it's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So he does. The whole time, by the way, which it's been months, Mads and his wife have been split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And things are kind of back to normal for Mads. As far as teaching goes, he's about finished with this year, I guess, because the kids are at the point where they're going to take their tests
to graduate.
Right. and we get a scene with Tommy, and he takes his boat out, and we don't see this, but he presumably falls and drowns.
Well, they do a thing where they show 2 other scenes with him out by the water because he has a boat. He loves the sea, or whatever, and he swims. He electively jumps in the water and swims from point A to point B.
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, not this again," kind of alluding to the fact that this happens all the time.
Right.
So I think he just got too drunk and got on his boat and got a little too far out and just
like fell and
then drowned.
Yeah.
I think he probably jumped out willingly and tried to swim and just was too drunk to make it to wherever his destination was.
It's pretty sad though, man, because his dog is in the boat and he's just kind of whining after you see the cutscene, and it's effectively
commit suicide.
It's just the boat floating in the water.
Yeah.
Man.
You could argue it's an accident, but I don't feel it's accidental.
I got the feeling it was, but yeah, I guess it could go either way. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we get a very heartfelt moment with the coach's football team. They sing a little.
They sing the national anthem. Right?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because they sing it before the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see the child that he kind of mentored.
Old Specs.
Old Specs. Is that what he called him?
Yeah, Specs. Because the kid wears glasses.
What a joke.
What a fucking nerd.
What a nerd. Hey.
Oh, that's
Wait a minute.
You don't wear contacts. You have glasses on. You must be a nerd.
Yeah, we get that heartfelt moment. And the crew, they go out and they celebrate with their students.
Which, by the way, Jelly, listen to me, United States of America.
Yeah?
You take a look at the way fucking Denmark does their
graduations.
Their graduation shit, because that looks like way more fun than the stupid shit we had to do.
They just get on a float.
They could have just handed me a piece of paper on the last day in school and said, "You good, get out of here.
Go ahead and go."
Yeah, I like the way they made it a ceremony or whatever. Seems kind of fun, but I don't really remember anything about it. But if it would have been the way they did it in Denmark, damn sure I would have remembered more. It would have been way more memorable because
they went on a float.
They effectively have
through town.
They have a float party where they just get hammered drunk,
and they end at the sea, and
they get on a boat.
Did they get on the boat?
Well, that's why they're there, is because they're getting ready to get on a boat.
Oh, okay.
There's a boat coming in. They're like, "Oh, there it is," and then they just fucking party.
They party hard. But what do we get? We get Mads Mikkelsen finally doing the dance.
Busting a groove.
That his friend Tommy wanted him to do throughout the whole film.
I would give a Nads to be able to dance like that. He is busting a fucking move on that shit.
And the dance that he does... Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, well, also, he gets a text from his old lady.
Oh,
because he meets her for dinner, and he's like, "I want to work this out," and she's like,
a little earlier."
She's texting him back because he's like having a drink. He had a drink of champagne with the kids. She texts him back like, "Hey, I'm rooting for us to work out. I want to see you again," kind of thing.
Yeah.
He fucking throws back the champagne, has a couple of slugs of it, and just busts out this badass dance.
Yeah. So the dance, Mads Mikkelsen did himself and did not use a body double. That was Mads the entire time, which is fucking impressive.
Mads has got mad.
It says
skills.
Mads skills. It says he had not danced professionally in almost 30 years and practiced with a friend and a choreographer. He also stated it was written because Thomas Vinterberg wanted to see if he could still dance.
So, Mads Mikkelsen, if you didn't know, is actually started out as a ballet dancer and gymnast.
Huh.
So, I mean, like, he's an older gentleman now.
Yeah.
But before he ever did acting, that was his fucking thing.
Right.
So, with the director being like, "Can you still dance?"
Yeah.
Bitch.
Show me. Another thing about that final scene, the dance at the end, for the director, he said, it's a mix of emotions. Part of him wants to fly, and part of him wants to drown.
In booze.
In fucking booze.
So,
that. Do you have anything else that about wraps it up? I do have some trivia.
The last thing that I've got for this is just my overall critique of the film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5. This is one of the best movies. And the thing that I hate about it is the fact that not a lot of people are going to watch it.
No
because
one's going to watch it.
Fucking subtitles.
Yeah.
Please read it and watch this. It's fantastic.
It's so good.
If you think that it's not worth watching because you just heard us tell you the entire story, you're wrong. The performances in this are amazing. The cinematography in it is beautiful. It's well shot. It's well written. It's funny. It's clever. It's sad. It's dramatic. It's tense. It's surprising. It's all the things that I want it to be, and it's just a story about an older man who finds out that he can still be happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. An older man finding joy in his work and finding out that there are still ways for him to be happy.
Right.
I think that this is a triumph of filmmaking and storytelling put together.
Yeah.
And
I agree. And I will also go 9.5. That was my, honestly, not just because you said it.
Right.
That was my score before I even came here.
I thought this movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot, and not gonna lie, I had a couple beers while I was watching it.
Well, of course.
Did you?
Well, yeah.
You can't deny it.
Yeah, no.
You're like, getting a little thirsty.
Getting a little thirsty here.
Thirsty watching this movie.
No, I knew what I was getting into.
Well, let's hear that beautiful bean trivia.
Okay, so this is a little bit of a sad...
English breakfast, it's eggs and beans.
It's a little bit of a sad trivia bit, but the director... The film was based on a play that he was working on.
Now, you're talking about Thomas Vinterberg?
Yes.
Okay.
Additional inspiration came from his own daughter. She kind of told stories of the drinking culture within Danish youth, and I'll do another trivia on that.
Okay.
His daughter, Ida, had originally pressed him to adopt it into a movie, and obviously, finally, he did. The story was originally a celebration of alcohol based on the thesis that world history would have been different without alcohol.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know an interesting fact about Two-Row?
Two-Row.
Just brewing barley.
Yeah, the barley.
Barley has the starch that's in barley is more easily converted to sugar than any other grain on the face of the planet.
Huh.
All you need to make a fermented barley drink is barley, water, and thyme. That's it. Throw a bunch of barley in a bucket, fill it with water, set it outside for an hour overnight, and when it has froth on it in 24 to 48 hours, it's got alcohol in it.
Huh.
Because natural yeast from the air, it just being wet converts the starch to sugar.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Isn't it just? Yeah. Amy Stewart's The Drunken Botanist, the plants that make the world's greatest drinks.
There you
Check
go.
it out.
There you go. So yeah, that's what the story was originally. That's what it originally was going to be. But 4 days into filming, his daughter was killed in a car accident.
Jesus Christ.
And following the tragedy, the script was reworked to become more life-affirming. And quote-unquote, it should not just be about drinking. It was about being awakened to life.
Yep. Yeah, it is. It is. I couldn't find the words for it, but
that's it.
That's how I feel about it. It's just a man finding life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the film is, of course, dedicated to his daughter, Ida. Another little bit of trivia is she was supposed to play one of Mads's children.
One of the kids. Fuck, man, that is heart-wrenching. Well, Thomas Vinterberg, if you ever come across this, which you won't.
I feel like
I loved your movie, and I'm very sorry to hear about your daughter. That's a bummer. You're an amazing artist, and I'm sure she was a lovely girl. And, that sucks.
Yeah, it's a little sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other little bit of trivia that I wanted to mention, I probably have a couple more. Denmark has some of the highest rates of teenage drinking in the world. A World Health Organization released in 2020 found that Danish...
You mean The Who?
Yeah, The Who?
The band The Who?
The band? Danish 15-year-olds consumed alcohol at nearly double the European average.
That's fucking crazy.
15-year-olds. So, I don't know if you would classify this as trivia, but it's just a little tidbit.
I'll take a tidbit.
According to Mads Mikkelsen, his character Martin, quote unquote, is a man standing on the platform and the train has left him. A man who is slowly but surely cracking up. He's just sitting there feeling pity about himself, and it dawns on him that his life has been wasted. That's at least what he thinks. Throughout this experiment, he realizes it's not something that he has to regret in his past. He loves his wife, he loves his family, he used to love his job. It's just about seeing everything again, recharging his eyes, and falling in love with the present again.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So,
I like it.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot. Actually, I would say I can't tell you how much I liked it, but I feel like we just did. So
9.5 thumbs.
9.5 thumbs for each of us.
Yep.
That's going to bring us to a
staggering
18.
18?
19.
19
out of 20 thumbs.
Math?
It's I said I'm not a mathematician, and I meant it. Yeah, no, it was great. I fucking loved it. So about the next piece of fucking steaming pile of shit we're going to watch here.
Maybe.
We wanted to watch Beer for My Horses with Kobe Teeth. and we couldn't find it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can buy the digital video disc.
Oh, shit.
Of Beer for My Horses. And the next time it's my turn to pick a movie, I'm going to pick my other favorite movie that has anything to do about drinking.
Oh, yeah.
But is also still kind of sad. Because I just feel like it's a great drama comedy, like just in the vein of this film, like Another Round. But if anything, it's more comedy because it's British.
Right.
But anyway, we'll come back to that. Instead of watching Beer for My Horses.
We're going to watch The Binge.
The Binge. Yeah, it's not super well reviewed. It's a Hulu original. We don't know anything about it. It looks like it's probably more of a teenager movie.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're just going to try it out and see what happens.
Yeah.
Bruh.
All
right, we'll be back. Enjoy a commercial from our sponsors or a fake thing that we made.
Have you felt the need to spice things up lately in bed?
Tried Spanish Fly but need something else south of the border?
The newest product to hit the streets.
Show her that there's still fire in the bedroom.
Wait, there's literally
No, but it'll feel like it. Introducing Yes Cayenne, a cayenne pepper adult lubricant. When you think to yourself, there's no way, just think Yes Cayenne. Make it feel like there's a hot poker in your pee hole. And then when you finally climax your man milk, the enzymes will break down the heat from the spices in the cayenne pepper that you put on your dick. Giving new meaning to blowing coal. Set that ass on fire. A product of S.E. Johnson.
Brought to you by Nestle.
Special thanks to Brad Sexton for our jams. Please check out his latest project at suns.bandcamp.com. That is sunds.bandcamp.com. Thanks to Lamplighter Productions for our artwork. Please check out more of their stuff on Instagram at lamplighter_productions_IL. First time listener? We're anywhere podcasts are found, but if you don't subscribe to any of those services, listen to the show for free on our website. It's just the number 2, movies.buzzsprout.com. That's it's just 2movies.buzzsprout.com. Want to get in touch with the show? Email us at itsjust2movies@gmail.com or find us on Twitter or Instagram at itsjust2movies. So anyway, back to the show. We just watched The Binge, a Hulu original film. It's a 2020, I guess it's a comedy. It's got some weird vibes in it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, right up top, right out of the gate. Before we get into fucking any of it, I'll do the cast and stuff.
Yep.
Initial release of August 2020, directed by Jeremy Garlick. Screenplay by Jordan Van Dina. Cinematography by Andrew Hubscher. This movie stars Skylar Gisondo, Eduardo Franco, Grace Van Dien, Vince Vaughn, Dexter Darden, Tony Cavallero, and Esteban Benito. Just the couple that come off the top there. So this is what's this supposed to be about?
This is, if you ask me, a knockoff of The Purge, but with alcohol and drug consumption.
Yeah, like Beer Fest with also drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason that this bothers me so much is because, as far as I can tell, it doesn't have anyone that was attached to The Purge.
No, I don't
like
think so.
If you're just making fun of the Purge style movie, maybe that's what they're going for.
It's like a satire.
I guess. Yeah. It's lazy to me, I guess. I don't know.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you like as it is, just taking it at face value? What do you give it?
Just as a movie?
Yeah. Yeah. Just as a regular old movie. This is for anyone who's wondered about clarification on our rating system. I am again going to try to figure it out. This is attempt number 22 or 4. Carry on.
24?
I don't know, because we had an episode or two that's just lost to history.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah. Forever trying to clarify the rating system. It ultimately doesn't fucking matter. If you like the movie, great. If you didn't like it, great.
Well, I think we got it nailed down. Like the bad movie rating, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I think I like how we've been doing it. I think.
Yeah, I think I like it too.
Just as a movie, I'm gonna go with a 4.
That's pretty sound. I was gonna go a little higher because it did make me giggle a couple of times.
It did.
I was gonna go 5, but that's
9
out of 20. That feels okay.
So, as a bad movie,
yeah,
and the enjoyment that you had,
as a bad movie, I'm gonna give it a 2. I'll give it a 2 based on the fact that it does have some funny comedy in it, but it's not inherently bad. It's just
fucking stupid.
It's the same as lots of other movies.
Oh my God.
It's the same as lots of other movies I've seen before. Only this time they're like, what about drugs though?
All of it is the same as
lots of movies. Yeah. So yeah, what are you gonna give it as a bad movie?
Oof. Yeah, I think 2 is probably. Yeah,
I think that's probably pretty fair.
Because I didn't enjoy watching this movie.
So here's how generally I like to score a bad movie. Is I want to watch something that's so bad it's kind of delightful.
Right.
And this wasn't necessarily that.
No.
It actually had some pretty on point comedy. It just the structure of the film and what it's about and the storyline, I've seen it it feels like thousands of times.
Probably 25 times.
You know what I mean? Which is reflected in my notes. Because chronologically, I'm like, I bet this happens. I bet this happens. I bet this happens. I'm batting 1,000. Yeah, I'm batting 1,000. So, I mean, I guess we got it rated. What do you got?
Yeah. So,
how much did this thing cost?
Couldn't find it.
Okay.
Literally checked a website that is for that
numbers?
Specific information called The Numbers. Not on there. It's not on the IMDb. I kind of thought that was weird, but yeah, who knows how much it cost? Who knows how much it fucking made? It was on Hulu. So
looked fine.
It looked fine.
Cinematography was fine.
Yeah, it was well shot.
Did you see anything that said like how much it made?
Nope, nothing.
Fair enough.
Yeah, which is weird.
They're not all home runs, folks.
You know what? I bet this movie was funded by drugs, so they can't release.
It seems like they got paid by drug lords to make this. This is like
hey, do you know how much fun?
You know how much we have
drugs are?
You know how much our overhead is producing MDMA? Listen, we got to get this shit out there. We got to appeal to the youth so we can get long-term customers. It's super weird. It's just weird. It's weird the way it's set up. Vince Vaughn is in this, and he's like kind of like
a little racist.
He's a principal, and he's a little racist, and he's very like teen boy rapey.
It's weird, man.
It's a weird characterization. He's got some really funny lines.
Yeah,
and then he's got some really weird lines. You're like, why is that in the?
Why would you say that? Like, why would you put that in a movie?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. And there's some stuff in it that's because it's reminiscent of 100 films you've seen before. That's a bit charming, but I mean, largely it's the same fucking thing. But it's The Purge.
It's basically The Purge.
For 12 hours a year, it is legal for people that are 18 to whatever age, 18 and up.
Yeah, 18 and up.
Can consume
drugs and
or
alcohol.
Yeah.
Because they've been outlawed.
Yeah.
To make the world a better place. And yeah, it's just a knockoff of... and again, maybe they're just making fun of that specific...
Didn't really come across that way.
No?
I thought it was going to. Like, I thought it was going to be more like a...
Yeah. Maybe maybe it would have...
Poke and a wink, but it
didn't seem to...
It didn't. It just seemed like we're taking that idea...
and we're going to copy that.
We're making it this.
Maybe that's how we make this a good film. We make it like...
They'd be like, oh man, this sounds so familiar. Just one or two like little meta jabs like that would have lightened the whole thing. Like, okay, you're not taking yourself too seriously with this.
Right.
Because it is just... They just took that and said, let's do this instead.
Do this.
It's the same thing. It's like Battle Royale and Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I don't know which one came first.
Battle
what came
Royale.
first, the chicken or the egg? It was actually the chicken, and it was actually the egg, and it was birthed by something that was not a chicken.
Battle Royale was the first.
Well, Battle Royale is
before
Hunger Games, but Hunger Games
Games
is longer.
Right.
And about one character. Love Battle Royale.
Haven't seen it.
Really?
I need to watch it.
No, that's I think you would dig on that for real. No, wait. Don't watch it.
And we'll do it for the show.
Maybe we'll do it for the show. I don't know. It's fucking great though.
And then we'll do the last Hunger Games film for the show.
Is it bad?
I think
I watched one of them.
For what they are, they're fine. They're cheesy.
I thought the first one was okay, but I was like, this is not. It's just not for me.
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah,
we're not here to talk about that.
No, we're here to talk about.
We're here to talk about
the binge.
The binge.
The binge. You know that area right between your nuts and your butthole. That's the binge.
I thought it was the gooch.
So the original working title for Beverly Hills Ninja was just The Ninja. Yeah, no, we're all right. That's the movie we watched, and we're gonna talk about it.
Listen, is this your classic nerd trying to get the hot girl that he's been friends with for 15 years, or is it not?
Well, what I had written is cool guy and his crush, nerdy guy and his crush, ? But it wasn't really a question at the time. I was just being cheeky with myself because it's...
You cheeky bastard.
Hey! So it's just super horny teens that can't wait to do drugs. Is the that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
And the weird principle
that's involved in everyone's lives.
It's just because they got Vince Vaughn to do it.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, you can be the... Vince Vaughn wants to be in this? All right, sweet.
Okay.
Maybe they asked him and he said yes.
You know what the connection is there?
He's in Freaky. That came out, I think it came out this year, 2021 maybe. Might have went straight to DVD or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not bad.
So the connection with Vaughn and this movie, the director of The Binge was the writer for a film called The Breakup with Vince Vaughn
is in.
Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that's the connection there.
Okay.
And if you're wondering about the connection for our good film, Another Round.
I am.
And this film.
What was it?
Alcohol. That's it.
Yep. Yeah,
I guess, right?
Suppose
and
so.
they came out in the same year. These films came out in 2020. So that's Alcohol in 2020.
Are you talking about Another Round and this movie came out in 2020?
Yes.
That's really weird.
Why?
Well, I don't know. The caliber of film A versus film B. The cinematography wasn't bad. The story was
it's right.
The cast was fine. If you're gonna make a teen, like a teen movie.
Yeah, I just think it needs different direction.
Yeah. Another thing that I didn't like, which I'm all okay with people trying a little bit of drugs if that's what you want to do. Nobody's gonna stop you from doing it. I mean, it is illegal, so you shouldn't. But if you're gonna do it, I'm not disparaging it.
Yeah.
However, all of the characters in this did enough drugs to
kill themselves.
Yeah. Not saying that all the drugs they took were lethal, but they all took an overdose amount of everything they interacted with that you can overdose on.
Yeah, it's insane.
Vince Vaughn eats a handful of Molly.
Something. Like,
yeah.
I don't even know what, it's just like a little...
It's like little pills or...
They didn't even show that it was a pill. It was just like this bag that this group of women handed him.
Yeah, had some white, something white in it.
He just started fucking eating it like it was candy.
Yeah, and then took a whole fistful of it. So that's that takes me a little bit out of the story. I'm like, well, he's gonna be dead in the next scene,
and he's not.
Nope.
Surprise.
Nope. There's a bit where a guy snorts a whole mountain of cocaine, and then when he's done, he doesn't say, "Call me an ambulance."
One of the highlights of this film, Tony Cavallero, who plays Pompano Mike, which was the driver for the limo that the younger girls got.
Yeah. You were saying he's in the Righteous Gemstones?
He is in the Righteous Gemstones. He's absolutely hilarious in the show. I thought he was pretty funny in this. He just plays a fucked up limo driver that loves drugs.
Yeah, he was saying, man, his the interaction with him as the driver was probably my favorite scene of the whole movie because he's just improvising shit off the hip.
Right.
And it's
just bizarre.
It's just funny and bonkers. And I'm like, I've met a guy like that before.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know a guy like that.
I know him.
Yeah, I know that guy. That's crazy.
Yeah. He
wow,
did really
it's weird
well.
he's in this.
I didn't know he was acting now.
Yeah.
I'm
glad
well.
he's okay.
Yeah. But what was I guess it's because they were on drugs that his character switched. You remember that? Like, while he's driving this limo?
Oh, yeah. It was just a different actor in the, it would cut away from him and back to him and be a different guy. And it did it 6 or 7 times.
I guess it's because the guys were, the younger guys were on so many drugs. I think he gave them all. He gave him PCP or something. PCP, yeah. They all smoked a bunch of PCP. And of course, so did he. But he's just driving. He's just driving. He's the limo driver. He's the limo driver, baby.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite part.
The cow scene was really dumb.
Well, there's before that. If we back up, there's a classic scene like, "Hey, bro, tonight's our night."
Yep.
You know, I've always been kind of a cool guy.
Yeah.
But nobody else knows I'm cool.
Well, what about me, man? I'm kind of a nerd. I wear glasses.
Yeah, you're kind of a nerd, bro, but I got you.
Yeah? Are you my bro?
Yeah, we're totes bros, and tonight's our night, dog.
That's cool, man. I'm gonna ask Cassie out to the dance, the party. That's gonna.
That's what I'm talking about, man. You just gotta tell her how you feel, bro.
Yeah, and we'll maybe go to a diner later and all.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm nervous.
We gotta get wristbands to go to the thing.
Yeah.
So we go see the long-haired guy. Hey, man, long-haired guy.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Got wristbands, bro. And then they do a bunch of drugs and they wind up at the place and he asked the girl out to prom. That's it. That's the movie. That's the whole movie.
So yeah, there was a scene where while they were in the limo with these girls, the limo hits a fucking cow.
Yep.
They resuscitate the cow with drugs.
Yep. And then epinephrine.
Yeah.
Like something that would actually work instead of putting cocaine in its
eye. What the fuck, man?
I don't know. It's probably why I went straight into the highway and got hit by a fucking 18-wheeler. Dumb.
This is some shit that
There was the tiny crossbow
Oh, that was funny.
I did
actually.
like the tiny crossbow. They have tiny little crossbows that shoot like darts for the game darts. And a guy gets shot in the dick with it. Like, there's some funny physical bits. The guy gets shot in the dick with a dart. The guy gets shot in the neck with the dart. That was fine. Dude getting his eyebrow ripped off and getting a fake eyebrow painted on. Like, that's a funny.
That was funny.
That's a funny physical comedy bit. So it's got a couple of licks in this thing that are not inherently bad.
Right.
It's got some good rudimentary comedy in it.
Yeah.
That I laughed out loud to. I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah, I would say I laughed more in the first half than I did. It took a weird turn, and you know where it took a weird turn?
Where?
Is when they did
right outside of Weirdsville.
Was that the town?
Oh,
population.
Population 4 or 3. How many people are in this? I forget.
So yeah, it took a really dumb turn and did a stupid fucking ballad about drugs, and I think that's when they lost me.
Yeah,
it really fucking lost me. You want to explain this ballad that they
yeah, I will. I got a couple of things between here and there, so I'm just gonna rattle them off.
Go ahead.
I bet there's a party, pussy, love, standoff, and friendship. Friendship is on the line.
Yep, that happened.
Yep, that happened. They lose the bike bar, and I bet they find it later. That also happened.
Yeah, you did call that. They're driving. So what is this thing? They're driving like a.
Tugtown blunt driver guy is funny. That's the thing we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn and the horny woman party.
That was.
Yeah, that was an interesting bit.
That was
Vince Vaughn. He's door knocking, looking for his daughter, and he knocks on the door, and there's a bunch of horny moms, and they're
looking for a man to paint.
Yep.
They're
which is a weird thing to get together for.
They were just gonna paint a naked man.
I guess
were they expecting someone else?
I think they were expecting someone else, but that guy never showed up. Like, was that a 10-minute painting session?
Yeah. Actually, I
don't know. It was just a weird bit. It felt like it was written in so deliberately, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense cognitively, apart from the fact, like, what about a bunch of horny moms, bro?
That'd be funny, dude. What if they wanted to, like, totally see Vince Vaughn's, like, cock and stuff?
It'd be fucking so
funny.
Sick. Be so sick.
Vince Vaughn does, like, classic Vince Vaughn.
Yep.
And he's just like a rude boy.
Yep. He's a rude boy. He's funny and he's stern.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're moms.
Wine moms?
Wine moms. Is that a thing? Yeah. Wine moms a thing? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I was hoping you just came up with that. I was like, God, we got to patent that. Yeah, the musical number. There's a big God, what do you call it? There's a big Broadway musical number, which number one is not my thing.
Yeah, so the movie is an hour and 38 minutes, and now I understand the 8 minutes.
Yeah, because it's just
that.
It's
for 8 minutes.
Just a big Broadway kicking. Everybody's wearing suits,
but it also involves drugs.
It's real sparkly.
There's there's drug puns, and
they're gonna get laid. And
we're gonna party down to
so high.
Yeah, yep. Everybody's fucked up.
And
drugs are cool. I've done a drug. Have you ever done drug? Have you ever done drug, Daniel?
I have. Yeah.
I have experiment with drug.
Yeah, I have experiment.
It's so bad, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
again.
Yeah.
This is where they lost me. Was when they did a ballad.
Same, yeah. And then it didn't kind of. But at that point, the movie is almost over. It feels longer, but there's like 25 minutes.
Like at least 30 minutes.
You think 30 minutes? I don't know. If you take the time to look up the time codes, email us at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com.
Nobody's gonna do that.
Nope.
So yeah, our hero just magically shows up. He's magically at the party, and he's wearing the overalls from earlier in the movie.
And then he sees his buddy, and friendship is forever.
Yeah, because friends are forever. Friends last together. Wait, friends are forever. Friends last. Friends come together.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Until the other one shits. As we previously established. Call back! Yeah, so they're at this big rave. I guess it's a rave.
Yeah.
Where there's a big sporting event where, like, everybody does drugs and it's games. You got to have a team of 4. So it's the 3 friends. The name of their team is the Best Friends. Oh, but they need a 4th.
Uh-oh.
And he tells the girl he loves, I love you. And she says, I love you too. But then her dad's there and he's like, they call me El Pantera and I'm on the team. So he's on the team after they do
Vince Vaughn.
They do Eskimo kisses. And Vince Vaughn's on the team. And they do this beer fest with drugs.
That's what, right.
That's
what it is.
They just do beer fest with drugs. And guess who wins? It's the Best Friends
It's
team.
the boys. You got to have the boys winning because
Yep.
What else? How else would the movie make sense?
Yeah. I had written here, friendship perseveres, and dude takes his shot, and probably it's well received by the old girl, which it was.
He takes his shot.
Takes his shot at the. He shoots her. It's a spree kill. We should have done it with God Bless America.
I guess I wasn't really watching at that point.
Yeah, it's because it's not.
I think I missed that.
So it's not very good at that point. But
there's a motivational Scarface reenactment.
Yeah, where a guy snorts enough cocaine to kill 5 people.
And then he's like, "Oh, that's part of the game. I have to do Scarface reenact because there's coke and Scarface's. That's the bit about the movie." And
yep.
Then it turns into a motivational thing, and he wins the challenge.
Yep.
And the other girl's kind of dead on the floor.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. I think her heart exploded, just gave out on her, and she was doing some pretty good, solid Scarface impressions.
She was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a orc in bootcut jeans.
You got anything else for this piece of shit?
The last thing I have is when they're doing the like the drug Olympics.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm. Drug fest,
I guess. While they're doing that, there's a bit where 2 people have to arm wrestle on MDMA, and they're using their other hand to tickle the other person's face with a feather, which is a funny idea.
But they didn't.
It's a funny idea, but the scene wasn't. I don't know. The scene wasn't very funny, but it is a funny idea. I get why it's humorous.
Yeah.
But it's funny that it would also be arm wrestling at the same time.
That is funny. I guess I missed that as well.
Yeah, you'd gone to pee.
Oh yeah, I think I took a piss and it was just
I wasn't pausing this fucking thing for that. Nah, you can just go take a leak. Yeah, I mean, I think we already rated it. Did we already rate it?
We did.
Yeah, we did. Probably wasn't good. I don't recall.
It was not.
Yeah, not promising, I imagine.
And if you're wondering what we just talked about, we're also wondering.
No, I get it.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
It's just a classic.
I've seen it. I saw there was a bunch of these that came out between 1999 and 2003.
Oh, I was going to say 5, but...
Oh, yeah. Probably still, 5. That just a horny teen movie, and it's we're gonna party, and I'm gonna get that girl I like.
Ooh-wee. And we're gonna learn a valuable lesson along the way.
Yep, and our friendships are, I'll be like, fuck you, and then later I'll be like, we're friends.
Dude, we're brothers though.
Yep.
And the girl, gonna get her, got her.
You get her,
she's
bro.
mine, and her dad's a big old meanie butthead.
Yep. What would you do to make this less dumb?
I would recast Skylar, that's the actor's name, Skylar Grisondo.
Oh yeah.
What's his name in the
I like him
film?
in I like him in Santa Clarita
I
Diet,
would
but
keep him.
Oh, okay.
No, I was gonna say I would recast his father and have his father have a bigger role. Maybe take the place of whatever Vince Vaughn was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, the girl's father.
Yeah. But get Ed Helms.
Oh shit, that would have been
good. As Skylar Grisondo's dad, who plays Griffin.
He could really pass off like Egg Helms.
Egg Helms.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Egg Helms.
I'd get Ed Helms as Skylar's dad. Egg Helms.
Yeah.
It's pronounced egg. I would leave Vince Vaughn out of this.
Yeah. I thought he was funny and it just his character was fucking bizarre. Like, I don't know, like talking about like teenage boys' dicks a whole lot in the locker room thing.
Yeah,
it just was weird. It was more uncomfortable than it was funny. Like, I mean,
okay, maybe you could keep him, but again, a different director.
Yeah, different thing with that.
Or, I mean, the writing is whatever. You can keep the story, but as we said earlier, what if we just flipped it as, hey, we're definitely making fun of the Purge.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You know what? You take the girl's dad and make him actually scary or make him funnier. So you could either do do Keanu Reeves or Rob Corddry. You know what I'm saying? You could go either of those directions.
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Just have him fucking suited up, John Wick looking, man, a few words.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
And that's all he would have to do is like walk in and it'd be like in the rave setting. It's a John Wick wink and a nod while we're stroking the dick of the Purge and fucking beer fest and everything else. Why not fucking throw John Wick in there? Get your feet involved.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
We just blew this fucking thing up.
Fucking blow the lid off.
Yeah,
we're
going Keanu Reeves as a bad guy.
You want to do that?
Would he be the bad guy, or he's just like not bad guy, but like a
just acting like he's
an
always
intimidating father
like he's
figure.
Always reaching for a gun and then he disappears and he pops up at the end and he's just been reaching for a cigar the whole time to give to the kid to be like, oh, yeah, I like you. You're good. Gosh, I love movies.
You can have my daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, not like that, but just that.
Just leave my dog alone. Boom. There you go. Oh, there's another one. Just fucking.
Damn, dude.
Woo.
That's wild.
Stroking that John Dick.
Oh.
For those
John
dollars in the box office with those golden jokes. You hear me, Hollywood? Email me. It's justamovies@gmail.com.
Go fuck yourself.
or that.
All right. I think that all the younger actors are fine. We'll replace Vince Vaughn with hilarious Keanu Reeves as a hard-ass dad.
As John Wick.
As John Wick.
Yeah, just as John Wick.
Let's just add to the pile of movies that have already been done.
Yeah. It's funnier than Vince Vaughn as a rapey principal, though.
Right. We'll get Egg Helms as his character from The Office.
I like it.
Just to throw The Office in there.
Yeah.
He has more of a role as Skylar Grisondo's father somehow. Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he is the partner of John Wick. Wait, no, John Wick works alone, doesn't he?
I'd get Max Greenfield in it, like any way I could.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean? I get Max Green. Oh, as the tough guy that they try to go to barter with or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah. Because he's got good comedic timing. This other guy, I was like, who's this guy?
Yeah. So they try to go to one of the friends.
I thought he was like 3 or 4 other people, but he should have just been Max Greenfield.
Yeah, yeah. They try to go to one of the friends' brother's house to get something. Why did they go there?
I'm sure they said, and I probably was like writing something down or not paying attention.
Yeah, so one of the friends, they go to his brother's house. This is the guy you're talking about. He should have been played by Max Greenfield.
Yeah, that would have been.
That dude has
he's got great timing.
Chops.
Yeah.
Like in
or what's Franco's brother's name? Well, his name's also Franco, but Tim Franco.
Tim Franco.
It's our next fake trailer starring Tim Franco. Oh shit! I get
Dave Franco.
I get a little extra gravel on that. Tim Franco. Tim Franco.
Tim Franco.
Hold on, let me get a little bit of this. Tim Franco.
Tim Franco. No. Tim Franco.
Tim Franco. All right, what's his name? Dave.
Dave.
All right, featuring Dave Franco.
Dave Franco.
All right, now come at me like What's another famous announcer?
You just have an aneurysm.
Moving on. You got anything else for recasts? I would like a different director. This script could use a punch up. Like it just
take out the
whole the drug thing. Honestly, it's fine. It doesn't fucking bother me. It seems to glorify too much of it, like a lethal amount of it.
Right.
And there may have been a disclaimer at the beginning. There was something.
There was
something that popped on the screen, but it was so fast.
It was so fast. It like cut it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
So Beer Fest has a thing. It's like, don't attempt to drink this much beer, you'll die.
Yeah.
And then in the special comments, they're like, yeah, we did like 90% of this whole movie. We did all the drinking on it. Those sassy fuckers.
There was someone else that I was thinking about casting, but I don't remember.
Who was it?
It was Danny and Bird.
Are you gonna recast us in this movie?
Fuck yeah, dude.
As who?
The two friends.
Man,
I don't know. I didn't enjoy this. Okay. The first half had some good bits.
I probably cracked up laughing like 5 times.
Right.
It was probably all in the first 40 minutes or so.
Yeah. It went downhill quick. It's your classic trope of 10 movies that have already been done. Like 10 separate genres of movies.
Yeah.
That have already been done.
Without like a funny, like, oh, okay, look, there's John Wick. Or you could even get somebody that just kind of looks like... No, you get somebody that doesn't even look like John Wick, dressed up as John Wick like a Rob Schneider. Boom, got him.
Oh my God.
Got him. That way, it's like a scary movie, so you can just be as slapsticky and silly as you want. But it was kind of trying to take itself seriously.
Yeah.
But then it also had a kid snort a 1/4 pound of fucking cocaine and do a Scarface impression and not drop dead from his heart exploding.
Yeah.
So, can you do a 1/4 pound of cocaine? Because I don't think. It seems like it was like a mountain. It was like a big, like a Scarface mountain of it.
I've heard you can put a lot of cocaine on a 1/4 pounder, but I don't know if you can do.
I bet. I wonder what the special sauce to cocaine ratio is to get it to stick. Because of surface tension. There's got to be a perfect. Is it a 1/4 cup? I don't know. Tell you what, it's not. A pound or whatever it was that was on the table. It was an obscene amount.
A lot of cocaine.
So I don't think we got anything else to do about this.
I don't know, man. It's just it's kind of dumb.
Have you you know what? I would do 2 more recasts before we move on.
All right.
I'd get Jason Mantzoukas and Michael Ian Black to play the announcers for the drug games or whatever.
Oh, dude. Wait, who was the first one you said?
Jason Mantzoukas.
Jason.
He's this guy.
Oh, yeah.
My best friend Joel.
Dude, that's perfect. And make them...
He's good at anything. It's a movie about people doing drugs. Put Jason Mantzoukas in it. He looks like he's on drugs anyway.
Yeah.
He's not. And also, he's fucking hysterical.
He's so funny.
Yeah, very funny guy.
I first saw him in... Wait, was he in New Girl?
I don't know. I know him best from They Came Together and from
The League. He was in The League, I think.
I never really watched The League.
Okay.
He was in I'm sure he was in The League, but I watched him in The Good Place.
They Came Together. He was that's right. Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Parks and Rec for a little bit. He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Just a fantastic actor.
Yeah, no, I would agree. He's a silly goose. If you could squeeze him in as a cameo, hell yeah, fucking do it for 30 seconds.
Him and Michael Ian Black. How'd you pull that out of your ass?
Because they're both in They Came Together, and they have a weird because Michael Ian Black can be so sleazy, and Jason Mantzoukas is so just like wacky and crazy, but like in a kind of a funny satirical way. You know, I think they would work well together on screen. Anyway,
they would be good adults for this children's party.
Yeah, like the announcers for the game. You know what I mean?
That was.
Oh, okay.
It was a joke.
Yeah, I get you.
They're adults
Like
cheering on kids doing a lot of drugs.
Cotton and Pepper. Oh, Pepper needs new shorts from Dodgeball. You ever seen that one? It's a Dodgeball beer fest.
Dodgeball.
Do you have anything else you'd like to refer the good people of?
Still reading the same book. I'm a slow reader, but if you enjoy Neil Gaiman, the Graveyard Book, it's really great. I think we talked about this last time. You actually got it for me.
And if you enjoyed Neil Diamond, he's great too.
He is great. I've got a lot of other books on deck. Still playing
On what?
On deck.
Oh, okay.
Still playing fucking PGA Tour 2K21 because I'm a nerd. And
Still good? You enjoying it?
Yeah, love it.
I think I'm gonna get it at some point.
It's great.
Yeah.
What about you, Daniel? What new forms of entertainment are you taking in?
Recently watched a movie that I unfortunately fell asleep at the last 20 minutes, and I am going to rewatch it because I was absolutely enthralled. It just was too late for me.
Yeah.
I watched a film on Netflix called the Block Island Sound. It was pretty fucking gripping. Like, you can tell it's not a high budget thing, but it's shot really well. The cast is good. The way it's put together is nice, and it's intriguing. Like, you want to know what happens the whole time. Like, from the very beginning, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you stay in that frame of mind.
Okay.
Presumably until at least the last 20 minutes, because I fell asleep.
You fell fucking asleep because you were too drunk because you're an asshole. I'm just kidding. I don't know if you were drunk. But I do know you're an asshole.
I'm certainly not an asshole. I wasn't drunk either.
I did watch a film.
I did have like 3 beers, though, after dinner, and that's why I didn't make it through the last 20 minutes.
I understand that.
Right.
I did watch a film.
I was maintaining a 0.05.
Stop fucking interrupting me.
And it made me go to nappy nap.
I'm gonna fucking...
I'll fuck you until you poop.
God damn it.
Go ahead.
No.
You have the floor.
I'm done.
You have the floor.
I'm done, bitch.
You're not going anywhere.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
You're not going anywhere. Let's run!
Anyways, I watched a film called The Sound of Metal recently.
Yeah.
And it was really fucking good. I think it's one of the best films I've seen in a while.
No shit. Is it also a foreign film?
No.
It's in English?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on...
I know what it's about. It's like, I had a list of 5 or 6 movies I really wanted to watch that were on there with another round.
Yeah.
And that was one of them.
Yeah.
Also would like to watch Promising Young Woman. That's one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Sound of Metal. It's on Amazon Prime if you have it. It features Riz Ahmed and Olivia Cook. It's just a really, really great film.
I've heard it's an amazing performance out of Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
He plays a man that, through playing music too loud, goes deaf.
Does he get like untreated tinnitus or something?
I'm not sure if they ever said, but yeah, he goes like 90%.
That's crazy.
Loses 90% of his hearing and deals with that. It's just a really good drama. What was the name of the film you just mentioned?
Promising Young Woman.
Promising Young Woman. Who's in that?
I don't know, but it's reviewed super well. It looks like it's probably like a kind of a gritty. Maybe a lady murders people after being subjected to. I don't know. I'm not real sure, but it's rated really well. It's rated really well, and it's new. And I will watch anything that it's like, hey, it's good. I'll check it out.
Oh, it's got Clancy Brown in it.
Yeah, Clancy Brown.
Old Blancy Crown.
Browntown.
Brown, take it down.
Buster Crown.
He was in Thor Ragnarok.
You got picked?
Oh, of Clancy Brown?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I know Clancy Brown from John Dies at the End. Which I still want to do on here at some point. I really like John Dies at the End. I don't know if anybody else I've ever talked to likes it as much as I do, though.
It's okay.
Yeah. I think it's fun and interesting, and I like it a lot.
There's a Steven Yen film that I really want to watch called Minari.
Yeah, that's one that's on my list too.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be a really good drama about a Korean family that starts a farm in 1980s Arkansas.
Nice.
I imagine it's pretty good.
Yep, I imagine so.
I don't know, man.
I like Steven Yen.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, I tell you, I get into a couple of things. I've still been reading The Drunken Botanist again by Amy Stewart.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic read. I'll probably be plugging it for the next year. I did get some more books in, so I kind of need to hustle through one. But, with work and podcasts, my time dwindles to actually read them.
I hear you.
I haven't touched Watchmen in a while, but I need to... Because I could finish that in a day.
Because you got that for me.
Oh, I got it for myself, and I was like, I think Bird would like this, so I just got you one for, was it Christmas?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Because you're a hashtag nice friend.
Oh, that's hashtag real nice of you to say, Fred. On Jackson's recommendation, I started watching Naruto Shippuden, or
What's
Naruto Shippuden. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's an extension of the Naruto manga series. I'm enjoying it. I'm like 23 episodes in. I'm digging it so far.
Oh, is that anime?
Anime. Yeah, yes it is. I really enjoy some anime series, and Lee and I have similar taste when it comes to them. So if he gives me a recommend, I'll genuinely check it out.
Yeah,
he's got pretty good taste as far as that kind of thing goes. If you're into that, which I am, but no, I do genuinely like some anime. Other than that, I would like to give a quick plug to a good comedy podcast called Episode 1.
Oh shit!
Which
yeah.
we both listen to.
We do.
Yeah, it's a funny, silly improv show. If you're into that, check it out. You would enjoy it because I genuinely think it's funny.
It's silly.
Yeah, and you can start at Episode 1. Technically, no matter which episode you start at, you're starting at Episode 1.
Yeah,
I would recommend starting at
the
actual
name.
Episode 1.
Hence the name.
I mean, that's
it. I think that's it. I think we've done it.
I think we've done it.
If you're still listening, wow.
So,
you guys aren't going to start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that phone talk for a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob. We don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Cousin businesses are booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
Holy shit, look at Magnus Milling, who plays Nikolai. I
don't see a picture for him on IMDb.
It's probably a good thing. Jesus fucking Christ.
Look rough? Jesus.
He looks like the fat crypt keeper.
Wow.